If Only I'd Listened. Written by Melody Angel Bainbridge Todd and narrated by OWAIN Williams. My glass, filled with brandy. My eyes, glaring at a wooden floor glazed with gloss. People laughing, dancing, surrounding someone who decided to drown their thoughts. I stared at my reflection across the room. A mirror. Since I'm one of many, I'm sure it won't remember my face. Years will pass, and I'll be forgotten. The bar grew cold as people began to leave, and lights flickered off. Soon darkness and I become acquainted. 2 years away from the present, I was sat in the exact same spot. A man leaned over, his back arched, his hands gripped to the counter. "May I have your special?" The employee began to pour a drink. The effervescent liquid looked as if melted gold. The old man sat down, his hand gripped to his withered face. The eyes of a stranger forced to stare upon me. And then my glass, filled with air. "People lose themselves in a glass filled with tricks. If you lose yourself with a liquid that takes pain away, you'll forever be stuck within your lucky potion." I'm sorry, do I know you? I don't mean to be rude. However, you're creating a very uncomfortable atmosphere for me, I said, speaking the truth. My shoulders leaned back. "Sorry. I can see you're hurt. I once was in a war too, and lost many friends." The old man apologized. He had recognized my uniform. "Talk about losing yourself in a drink, here you are," I laughed. His hands no longer stood on their tips, instead laid flat on the marble. "I'm just telling you. Don't make the same mistakes I did, kid. Trying to fix your head with a drink temporarily." My eyelids dropped. "You don't know what I've lost. You cannot judge." No, you're right. However, you can never build yourself back up if you try to ignore what's hovering inside your mind each day." He began to walk away, leaving my glass and I alone. "I'll have what he had," I demanded, ignoring the advice which was given to me. 2 years later, I still come to the same bar, and ever since then, I have buried my thoughts inside a bottle. Maybe, if I decided to pick myself up, I'd be doing something useful with my life, to make my brother proud who once fought beside me. If only I'd listened.
Well, that was a story by our daughter, Melody Angel. She's such an amazing writer. I just love the story, and I think the thing that I really like about it is that it reminds me of people we know, people that we love and care about that have got drinking problems. My blood dad is one of them. He was sadly kicked in the head as a teenager, a young lad, by several men because they wanted his girlfriend. Imagine that. Oh my gosh, this world is messed up, isn't it? And he's not been right since. You know, I've written to his doctor asking if he can get hypnotherapy on the NHS, and his doctor really wanted to help him with that and get that free for him. But of course, the NHS said no funding for that, not for something that helps you. So, yeah, so he didn't get it, but he has had to pay for it his whole life to get to work. So there was no way he was going to get to work without the hypnotherapy. He's had it for about 50 years, paid for it himself, and then when he ran out of money and he couldn't afford it, he couldn't get it on the NHS. Can you believe that? So anyway, I'm very fortunate that I've got two fathers. I've got my blood father, and I've got my hero father that raised us. And I'm very fortunate for that. If it wasn't for my stepdad, I would have never seen my real father, and I wouldn't have been able to grow up with my mum because my mum's ill. It's very sad that, I don't know how many people are on depression tablets out there. How many people are suffering with anxiety because of something bad that's happened to them in their life? And they've ended up turning to alcohol, or they've ended up going on drugs, or, just broken people. I just think that's so sad. I just feel so fortunate that, I'm a strong person that has not allowed life to bad people to destroy my life. I refuse to allow bad people to destroy my life. I will fight tooth and nail to protect myself and the people I love around me. So the moral of this story is that, my dad has been told he's had COVID, I suppose. And, the doctors should be telling him, come on, Roy, we need to get you on a better diet plan and get rid of this alcohol problem. We need to get to the nitty-gritty of why you drink. That's what I want to hear from our doctors. I'm fed up with all this drug will do this drug will do that, this is going to help you, you need this drug. No, let's get to the nitty-gritty of why people are sick. I know for a fact that by changing my diet and adding Japanese knotweed to my smoothie, I cured my asthma. I'm no longer asthmatic. I'm completely drug-free. So if I can do that, and other people can do that, then why aren't our doctors promoting this? Why aren't our doctors talking to people like me and other people that have actually, come off alcohol naturally and changed their life? We need to hear these stories. They need to share these stories to help other people instead of them drowning their sorrows in alcohol. My grandmother never got to see her son before she died. This is because he wasn't selfish. My dad was broken because of what those men did to him by kicking him in the head, and because he just needed help. He needed some support to get him back on track, but the support isn't there, and that's what the problem is today. There's too many broken people. So yeah, I just wanted to tell this story and share this story. I hope that others will, just talk to their doctors and just say, look, also I'm going to tell you this story, right? I met a lady recently and she's in pain with her hip and IBS. And she told me, she went to a doctor's for the pain, and he turned around and told her she was depressed and she needed to take some drugs for her depression. Hello? Oh my gosh, that just makes my blood boil. She's not depressed. She's in pain. She needs help to either change her diet and get on a diet that actually helps her bones and helps her feel better. Because I know that there are people that have changed their diet and they no longer have pain with arthritis or osteoporosis. I'm not a very popular person and I don't care because I speak my mind. And this upsets people because they don't want to hear it. The fact is, I feel that the UK is acting no better than legal drug dealers. Push this drug, push that drug. That drug will make you better. What doctors should be doing is actually looking deeper, getting people to have a health diary, write down their diary, what they eat every day, and how that food affects them, affects their mind and their body. That's what I like to see done in this country, some real serious changes. So I'd like to thank my daughter for this fantastic story about an alcoholic, and hope that my story of my real dad, my blood dad, actually resonates with other people, and we get something done, and we make a great change for the better, because we need change, and we need our governments to stop wasting taxpayers' money on dangerous pesticides which cause lung problems. We need to actually invest in organic fruit and veg and help people to heal naturally. So that's all from me, Sharon J. Bainbridge. And yeah, I've got a lot of wonderful people in my life, a lot of my fantastic friends and family. So it doesn't bother me when people don't like what I say. I don't care. And I refuse to be bullied by anybody. So, this is who I am. You either love me or hate me, like Japanese not me. I don't care. But I know that I've got a lot of love in my life, so that's all that matters. And I know that my daughter loves me, so that's the main thing. And before I go, I love being a mum, and I love the word mum, so don't try and delete it. I just want to say a massive thank you to my father that raised me, my stepdad, who I think of as my own dad, because he's such a wonderful, kind man. I mean, he's given his life to my mum, who's been ill her whole life. He's been a carer to my mum and my sister, because they're broken people. People have hurt them, and now they're broken. So, yeah, I can't thank Dad enough. And I also want to thank him for letting me see my grandparents as well. He used to drive us up there all the time to see my dad and my grandparents. So, family's so important. The name mother and father means something to me, and I hope it means something to you. So let's not forget that, and let's protect that. Thank you. That's Sharon J. Bainbridge, and that's all from me. Bye-bye.